From 1988 to 1990, I was stationed on Seal Beach Naval Weapons Station. Strange things happen on that base. And I'm not talking about the personnel, although we did some odd things while I was stationed there. The base is haunted. There are many ghost stories that came out of Seal Beach. This is one of those stories. While stationed there, we had a number of fires that would happen around the base. They would flare up, they would disappear. We'd investigate. Most of the times we couldn't find evidence of a fire. One evening, I did nights for most of those years. So a fire in the middle of the night, pretty easy to see. I was in the main headquarters with the lead petty officer. We get a call from outside. A civilian called the base and said, "Hey, I live across the street from the weapons station. I can see a fire in this open field." The weapons station was split into two sections. There was one side that was closer to the ocean. You had the 405 freeway, and then another side on the opposite end. On the other side, you had a lot of tomatoes and strawberries where farm workers would come and harvest them. You also had a number of bunkers out there and a couple of locations that built missiles. No idea what's going on there that now. On the other side was the main core of the base, and you had the wharf area, and over by the wharf area, that's where the ships would come in and get loaded up with weapons. That's where a majority of the base was. There was also a very large area with a field of bunkers on one side and an open area on the other. At the time I was stationed there was nothing out there. It was just a large empty field. But you could get stuck there real easy because it was always wet, always swampy out there. That's where the fire was. Supervisor tries to get a hold of whoever's patrolling over there. We're not getting an answer. It's like, this was common. People would fall asleep on post. Not that big of a deal. We get into one of the four-wheel drives because of the area, start heading out towards that area. They go investigate. We're driving out, and sure enough, we see a fire. There is a fire out in that field. We call it in. It was sizable. Don't know if we're going to need help, but we brought fire extinguishers. We see people circling the fire. Not person, people. Out there around the fire. We stop, turn off the lights, so we can see if we can identify who might be out there, how many there might be. My supervisor is getting ready to call in backup because if there are people on the base, bad deal. We don't want people. We had people break onto the base. They would cut the fence with chain link and, no nukes, this type of thing. I can neither confirm nor deny the presence of nuclear weapons on this Naval Weapons Station facility. With the engine off, the lights off, we hear a rumble. Thought it might be an earthquake. Southern California. Rumble keeps getting louder. And Southern California. Sometimes earthquakes rumble and roll towards you. A dark shape jumps over the hood of the vehicle and disappears, heading towards the flames. We look towards the flames and they die out. Gone. No more fire. We look at each other. You saw the fire, right? Somebody called it in from outside the base. Obviously, there was a fire. Well, we know about where the fire was. We turn the lights on and we head over to where the fire should have been. It's night. That area of the base was completely pitch black. There's no lights, no street lights. It's facing a street, but the street is a good distance away from where we're at. We drive around that area trying to find any evidence of a fire. We don't find anything. We don't find any evidence of a fire. We don't find any evidence of people. We patrol that fence line. There's no holes in the fence. Backup comes. They investigate with us. Nothing. We find nothing over in that area. The patrolman had actually gone back to the main station, left his radio in his truck, so he wasn't there at that time. I can't explain it. It was interesting. It was one of the weirdest nights that I spent on that station. Like I said, there's ghosts on Seal Beach. We're convinced of that. And I've heard and read many other stories much like this one on that base. So, hey, if you're from Seal Beach, awesome. Again, like I said, I was stationed there, 88 to 90. Had a lot of friends I knew up in Fallbrook during that same time. So, hey, if you find me, it's Murdoch. Talk to me. Let me know. Love to hear from you. Anyway, 5 a day with Jay.